Hello guys, my name is Siddharth Gupta and today I will teach the English 2 chapter of Reverie poem, a collection of ISC poem, which is chapter number 9, The Spider and the Fly by Mary Botham HOWITT. And it's a very special poem for all the uh, students of class 11, 12. So without any further delay, let's begin. But first of all, the beginning of this poem, I shall tell that please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all our notifications. And please like and share with all your friends, especially to the class 11 and 12 students. So let's begin. So first of all, we should uh, talk about the means who has written the poem, Mary Botham Howitts. So Mary Howitts was born 1799. Was an English poet and author. Her poem, uh, her poem "The Spider and the Fly" is her most famous work. Although with her husband, she authored more than 180 books while living in Heidelberg and Germany. She learned Swedish and translated many of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. So uh, she was such a famous poet and author also, and her famous poem was "The Spider and the Fly." Had make the famous work. So with her husband also, uh, she has written many books, 180 books, and she living in the Heidelberg, which is was Germany, and she learned many Swedish and translated many of the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales. So that's Mary Botham Howard's introduction. And should we start the poem? And first of all, we tell about the summary of the poem. First of all, the summary of the poem is The Spider and the Fly is a cautionary fable that highlights the disastrous consequences of flatteries on gullible and naive minds. The figure of the spider is used to shed some lights on the action and the underlying intention of the various manipulative elements in our society. It also demonstrates how vanity and pride can have a crippling effect on the working of an otherwise discerning mind. The poem features a spider who attempts to trap a fly through flatteries and deception. After exhausting various devices to coax the fly into entering his web, the spider lavishes flattery upon the fly, who ends up getting trapped in the spider's web. So, spiders and the fly is a very मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा इससे हम लोग को सीख भी मिलती है बहुत चीज़ की, जैसे कि स्पाइडर फ्लाई को बुलाता है अपने जाल में, लेकिन फ्लाई अपना लड़ते रहती है, लेकिन एट द लास्ट फ्लाई कब्जे में आ जाती है स्पाइडर के, और स्पाइडर उसको खा लेता है और वो फ्लाई मर जाती है। तो इस पोएम में वही बता रहा है कि हमें किसी के लालच में नहीं पड़ना चाहिए। अगर दूसरा इंसान अगर मेरे को चॉकलेट दे रहा है, बोल रहा है तू आओ हम तुमको चॉकलेट देंगे, तो अ, उसके कब्जे में मत जाना कभी भी। खास करके आजकल मीन्स रैगिंग बहुत होते हैं, मतलब बहुत जन क्या बोलते हैं ना, तो वही उस बच्चे को कब्जे में ले आते हैं और फिर उसको कहीं रख देते हैं, और फिर उनके फैमिली को कांटेक्ट करके बोलते हैं अगर बच्चे चाहिए तो समथिंग कुछ उनके बीच चलता है और तब जाके छोड़ा जाता है। तो इससे बहुत चीज़ सीखने को मिलती है। तो ये थी समरी। अब नेक्स्ट में चलते हैं पोएम के थ्रू। तो स्पाइडर एंड द फ्लाई। सो पोएम स्टार्ट करते हैं। एक एक स्ट्रैंजा मैं बताते जा रहा हूँ, पढ़ाते जा रहा हूँ, और इसको एक्सप्लेन मैं इंग्लिश में करूँगा, ठीक है? सो आप लोग ध्यान से सुनिएगा। Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stairs, and I have many pretty things to show when you are there. Oh no, no, said the little fly. To ask me is in vain, for who goes up your winding stairs can ne'er come down again. So, first stanza it tells talking about between spider and the fly. So, the spider invites the fly into his parlor and tries to convince her by saying that it is not only the prettiest parlor that she would have ever seen, but is also filled with many pretty things. The fly replies that it is futile to invite her because she knows that anybody who goes in never comes out. So fly was uh, very sharp mind. She was playing against spider. So fly was not captured by spider the in this time. So spider's first plan was failed. So now we will read second plan about spider. So I am sure you must be very dear with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around. The shades are fine and thin, and if you like to rest a while, I will snugly tuck you in. Oh no, no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said they never wake again who sleep upon your bed. So in stanza 2, the spider tries to convince the fly to enter his web by saying that she must be tired and so she must rest on his comfortable little bed. He tries to lure her by saying that there are pretty curtains drawn around the sheet and are fine and thin. The spider says if she is ready, he will he is willing to securely put her on his bed. The fly responds in negative because she has often heard that those who sleep on spider's bed never wake again. So this time also the plan 2 of spider was failed, and here fly was very smart. She was not captured by uh, in spider. So this time fly wins and spider loss in his plan 2. And let's see what is plan 3. Said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friends, what can I do to prove the warm affection I have always felt for you. I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? Oh no, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard that what's in your pantry, and I do not wish to see. So in stanza 3, the spider calls the fly his friends and asks what he should do to prove his affection for her. He tries to tempt her with the offer of nice food from his pantry, but the fly replies that she does not wish to see whatever lies in his pantry. So this time also, Spider do not win his plans, and his plan was not successful, and his plan 3 was failed, and Fly again wins in this plan. So, and let's see what is about plan 4 about Spider. Sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How handsome are your cozy wings! How brilliant are your eyes! I have a little looking glass upon my parlour shelf. If you will sleep in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say, and binding you. Good morning now, I will call another day. So, here in this stanza, the spider now aims at flattery the fly by calling her sweet, witty, and wise. He appreciates her with beautiful wings and brilliant eyes. He offers her to look upon herself in his mirror. The fly is quite flattered. She not only thanks him for appreciating her, but says she will call on him another day. So here also Spider do not win in his plan, not successful in his plan, but Fly defeat him in his plan. So plan for 4 also not successful. Let's see the plan 5 of the spider. So the spider turned him round about and went into his den, for well he knew the silly fly would soon be back again. So he wove a subtle webs in a little corner sly, and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. Then he came out to his door again and merrily did sing, come hither, hither, pretty fly, with pearls and silver wings. Your robes are green and purple. There's a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. So, in stanza 5, the spider goes back to his den. He knows that the fly is flattered, so he weaves a web in a little mischievous corner. The spider set his dining table with waiting for waiting for the fly. The spider then comes out to his door and sings a song praising the fly. He asks the pretty fly with pearls and silver wings, come near me. Him. He flattered her by saying that her robes are green and purple, her eyes are as bright as a diamond, but his own are as dull as lead. So here, spider plan is is successfully, but now in this time it's not successful. But fly here little bit getting very tensed, and she's very uh, thinking about spider, that uh, spider is not thinking bad about fly. So so a little bit he flattered on him. So let's see the plan 5 of spider. So alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing these really flattering words, came slowly flitting by. With buzzing wings she hung aloft, then near and nearer drew, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and green and purple hue, thinking only of her crest head. Poor foolish thing! At last up jumped the cunning spider, and friskily held her fast, and dragged her up his winding stair into his dismal den within his little parlour. But she ne'er came out again. So his plan now successful of spider, and this time fly cannot defeat can't defeat to spider, and she lost uh, by flattering the words of spider. So sadly, the foolish fly, still enamored with the spider's flattery, gets closer and closer to his web. She now thinks only of her brilliant eyes and her crested head. The cunning spider then fiercely catches her. She is now captured and dragged into his dismal drain, from where she will never come out again. So here the fly's stories end, and let's see what the means poet is telling about us. That and now, dear little children, and now, dear little children, who may this story relates to idle, silly, flattery words, I pray you ne'er give heeds unto an evil counselor. Close hearts and ears and eyes, and take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. So the last stanza gives a message to all the children that they should never pay heed to idle, silly, and flattery words of an evil counselor. Uh, they should thus learn a lesson from this tale, not to be carried away by phrases. So this was a poem, and the main theme of the poem was that be distrustful of useless sweet talks, that is, insincere is not all praise or advice in genuine, therefore you must be careful of whom and what you listen to. The poet would rather like us not coming into contacts at all with sweet tongued people and with not so sweet intention. So this is the theme of the poem. It tells about that we should not be we should not trust anybody except uh, our families and yours families. So भी मतलब उसको ट्रस्ट मत करो जो आप उनको जिसको आप नहीं जानते, जिसको जानते हो उसको ट्रस्ट कर सकते हो, लेकिन जिसको आप नहीं जानते वो अनजान आदमी है, उस पर ट्रस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. और अगर उन और जो अनजान आदमी है वो अगर अच्छे से बात कर रहा है या तुम्हारा तारीफ कर रहा है, तब सोच लेना चाहिए कि फिर तब तो दाल में कुछ काला है। तो और यहाँ पे पोएट यही सिखाती है कि कभी भी कांटेक्ट वो सब पीपल के साथ नहीं आना चाहिए जो बहुत अच्छे तरीके से बात करेगा और तुम्हारा तारीफ करेगा और या तुमको लालच देगा। तो वो सब अनजान आदमी के हाथ में नहीं जाओ तो अच्छा है। तो दैट्स इट इन दिस पोएम। So, from moral of the poem is the story of the spider and the fly teaches us a very important lesson. It tells us to stay away from the strangers and from their idle, silly, and flattering words. It also tells us to keep our heart, eyes, and ear closed for such people. जो कि मैंने पोएम में समझा दिया। और आप इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हो, ये माइंड मैप है। तो 10 सेकेंड देता हूँ, आप लोग स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए। के इसके बारे में यही है, स्टेप वाइज में दिया हुआ है। पहला तो स्पाइडर एलोज द फ्लाई टू हिज पार्लर, पहले पार्लर में बुलाता है। ही ट्राइज टू अपील टू द फ्लाई हर्ट्स बाय कनिंगली ऑफरिंग अ शोल्डर टू रेस्ट, मीन्स टू जो बेड पे बुला रहा था रेस्ट करने के लिए कि तुम रेस्ट कर लो। और द फ्लाई इज हाउएवर डिटरमाइंड नॉट टू बी ट्रिक्ड बाय द कनिंग स्पाइडर। अब फ्लाई समझ गई थी कि अब तो स्पाइडर के में फंसना तो है नहीं। That the spider rapidly reels the fly in with vivid flattery, और स्पाइडर उसको फ्लैटरी किए जा रहा था फ्लाई को। The fly is bewitched by the spider's flattery and decide to slowly approach the spider web। और जब फ्लाई उसके बाद मानने लगी थी तो वो स्लोली स्लोली स्पाइडर के वेब में जा रही थी। Not all praise or advice is genuine, therefore you must be careful for whom uh, you listen to। तो सावधान रहिए कि जब भी जिससे भी बात कर रहे हो, केयरफुल रहिए जिससे भी बात कर रहे हैं। तो therefore we should never pay any hits to unwanted or flattering words, or rather fake compliments। सो थैंक यू। इस वीडियो में इतना ही, और ये पोएम मैंने कवर कर दिए जितना हो सके। मैंने आपको थीम बता दिया, मोरल बता दिया, और पोएम तो एक्सप्लेन कर ही दिया। अगर कोई भी वर्ड्स में डाउट है या कुछ भी कोई भी स्ट्रेंजर में डाउट है तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन बॉक्स में लिख के बता दीजिए, मैं मैसेज कर दिया करूँगा। मैं ऐसा मत सोचो कि मैसेज नहीं करूँगा, ऑफ कोर्स मैं मदद कर दूंगा आप लोग का। तो आप लोग डाउट भेजिएगा, और बस, और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा, और बेल आइकन को मत मीन्स हिट करिएगा, और जिससे हम लोग का नया न्यू नोटिफिकेशन आपको पहुँचे। और लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए क्लास 11-12 के स्टूडेंट के साथ, कि उनके लिए भी बहुत ज़रूरी है, उनको सुनना है, और उनको आईएससी का प्रिपरेशन करना है फॉर 2022 and 23 as well। So take care yourself and bye bye।